Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. Taking a quick look here at Ethereum. Man, this thing is kicking some serious butt. Keep in mind, a lot of this has to do with BlackRock ETF. This is kind of a fundamental catalyst, but still very, very strong nonetheless, no matter how you look at it. Okay, so again, careful shorting against this coin. It seems like it's an appropriate target, but we're going to talk about the reasons why it probably isn't. We're going to look at some high block capital data too on the back end here. Make sure we understand kind of what that looks like. And then I also want to share some amazing results here we have as from our community, and a new exchange that I'm partnering with that I find to be extremely, extremely beneficial for our KYC and basically those folks who are affected by KYC and VPN requirements. Okay, so just quickly jump into it. Bitunix is the exchange name. Phenomenal. They give you a good deposit bonus as well as some mystery box rewards. Be sure to check that out. If you use the link down below, you'll be eligible for future trading competitions. Also, too, here are some really awesome results. Take a look at this here. So we got Solana 78%, Luna 179%. We got Terra Classic 55%, Luna 2. Ethereum Classic, Veracity, and with our Premium Plus group, take a look at this. We cash in a lot of Solana longs here. Four different trading pairs, or basically the same trading pair, 4 different trades essentially taken 3 to 4 days ago. Again, phenomenal results there. Congrats to our Premium and Premium Plus group members. Keep in mind there are limited slots available. Link down below if you're curious about joining. So if you have questions, reach out to me, of course, through Twitter, Telegram, or Discord. But in the meantime, what we want to look at is a few key things here. So we're going to talk about the potential for the price continuing further up. We're going to look at some liquidity levels which have been swept, but there's a lot of new fair value here. So just to kind of paint the picture here, let's go ahead and remove these fibs for the moment and just note that this is a pretty significant fair value gap. Okay, now they're not always filled. They're typically partially filled at first. So we could very well see the price come down to a few of these key levels here, but we want to recognize that a couple things happened. Of course, we swept these previous upper liquidity levels, and I talked about this yesterday that is a strong likelihood to sweep that. And these are previous liquidity levels from back in July and even further back, all the way back to April. So April and July, liquidity levels have been fully swept. When we take a look here, of course, at the bigger picture, we can kind of see as well a lot of fair value here also. So we could very well see the price pull back to the 1900 range. Is that a significant guarantee? No. This coin has a lot of tendencies to continue higher. As you see here, a previous fair value gap didn't get filled. Previous one did. So liquidity gets swept, price keeps going. We saw liquidity sweep here, should keep going. Okay, so again, the presumption is the price is going to continue higher until it doesn't. We are ascending positively with these moving averages here. Concurrent with the 20-day SMA, money flow index is extremely high. Guys, this is why I've always said, do not bet against the money. We got tons of money coming to this coin. It's more likely than not going to stay where it's at, especially with this ETF thing going on. Okay, RSI is high too, so try not to short into this coin. We had a short open, honestly. In fact, that's our only stop loss this month is an Ethereum, basically short trade. Okay, now we took the trade back here in this range, in the low 1800 range. When it hit roughly 2000, we got stopped out. Okay, so again, that was a chunk, but we've offset it significantly with a lot of other trades, so it's all good. Just keep in mind, I'm happy that stop loss occurred because it would be 150, 200% loss right now if we hadn't had a stop loss. Okay, so again, super happy that happened. Stop losses are your friend. You got to recognize that. It's okay to take a little bit of a loss. Okay, so 4-hour time frame. We got this fair value gap that's been partially filled. Previous one has not. We've got the money flow index is tapering off a little bit. You got to keep in mind this is a 14-day lag. Okay, in other words, for the last 14 trading days, we can see here that the RSI has essentially been able to continue lower, but also maintain above 70. Okay, and I misspoke. It's not 14 days; it's 14 candles here on the RSI because this is the 4-hour time frame. So 14 4-hour candles is essentially where we're seeing that average. Again, it's still high. It's tapering off a little bit, but nothing to be worried about. If it starts dropping fast, we need to concern ourselves. The MACD drops pretty hard too. We want to also concern ourselves, but for right now, there's no cause for concern immediately. But I do want to specify that there is potential for a pullback here. And if it were to occur, we do want to kind of be mindful of these Fibonacci retracement levels. And what I want to do here, let me go ahead and reverse this here for us. So we're looking at what? 0.618, 0.5, 0.32, obviously common retracement zones. But we can see here, 1990 is the most recent and relevant one. 1943 and basically 1900 even. So from 1900 to 2000, we have potential retracement. in that range. Okay, again, I like to emphasize the word potential because this thing is definitely cranking, but again, it is massively overextended too. Okay? So we take a look at TD sequential. We did hit a 9 on TD sequential. We do have potential for another, roughly 36 hours of continuation to the downside. Okay, so I do think a correction would make sense here. Is it going to be a massive one? Probably not. It may just bounce off this recent high here at about 2050. But if it does come down, these are some areas I'd be looking at getting in for some dollar cost average targets. Okay. 1 hour time frame, quickly to note, and this is something that's important to recognize with Ichimoku Cloud, we can see that we are this long is coming to an end. And what I'm getting by that doesn't mean you just instantly open a short because the window for a good long is closing. This is just telling us here that if you have a long position open, you should consider taking profits. Conversion line above the baseline is still good, but it is losing its momentum. And as you can see, the cloud is averaging itself out right there at about 2050. That is phenomenal. That basically implies this is the next bouncing point for the coin if it were to consider continuing higher in the immediate future. I think personally this coin does need to consolidate and kind of retrace a little bit to have that next leg up be super significant. Because we take a look at TD sequential, we did hit a 9 on TD sequential, came back down to a 9, bounced. So again, we're establishing lower lows and lower highs so far. How much longer is that going to continue? So you tell me, what are your thoughts? Do you think it's going to come down here to bounce off 2050, maybe 1950? If we take a look at our previous week high, that's a common area of retracement too, so just know low 1900s could be a possibility. At this point, though, it's not a probability, if that makes any sense. Okay. Again, the data here is telling us the price wants to stay where it's at because we have a tremendous amount of volume at these upper price points. Just know, as the volume comes away from this coin, if it does continue, we will see the price start to come down. Okay, so pay close attention to volume. I'll take another look here at Ethereum here soon, just to make sure we can kind of keep this on the radar. But thanks again so much for the request. Again, make sure you check out this phenomenal exchange here. Extremely good benefits and just really easy exchange to use. I love they actually have a trailing stop loss. No other exchange that I'm aware of, at least that you can use in the US or Canada, has that option. So be sure to check that out. Again, thanks so much. We'll see you the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.